Welcome to my video series on what it's like to learn the Woovebox. I've had the Woovebox for 4 days now, but I do have a job, so I've only got a few hours a day to play with it. This isn't the result of 4 solid days. It's really more like 10 hours at this point, 8 or 10 hours. And what I'm going to be demonstrating today is a new feature related to one that I covered a couple videos ago. A couple videos ago I covered a filter cutoff LFO. Today I'm going to be looking at the pitch LFO, but with a little bit of a twist. I'm getting good enough with this machine now on day 4 that I can start making stuff that's in my genre. So we're looking at ambient horror. I'm starting to get enough control to be able to go in that direction. So starting with this chord progression, I've set in the global settings for this song, I've set it in the key of A minor, A natural minor, and I've just got it stepping up and down the octave 1 3 5 7 7 5 3 1. Those notes in that order, just sort of in the background, gives this sort of ominous sort of sense of foreboding, a little spooky. But it also sets the stage with a nice clean tone. It sets the stage for the LFO stuff that I want to show you. So that the pitch LFOs are located in the pitch menu. And we have things like the waveform. We saw that in the other LFO. We have the depth, which I'm not going to touch quite. Yeah, actually, let's go up with the depth. And this depth is in octaves, I believe. When you get to 1, the thing is stepping up and down a whole octave. And this actually is better than the filter cutoff in showing exactly what the different LFO waveforms are. So this one is a triangle wave. You can hear it just going straight up, straight down. My preference is for a sine wave, and you'll hear it when I talk about easing in and out at the top and bottom. You can hear it here. See how it sounds like a rubber band instead of the triangle sounds like a bouncing ball. And then the other ones, saw and square, don't really work so great for what we're doing. I'm going to leave this one on a triangle. So you can hear what happens next. So with the filter cutoff LFO, it was a simple waveform that we were working with. With the pitch, we have some options in terms of quantization. So this first thing, we have it in mode normal, which just has it go all the way up and all the way down through the frequencies. Put it in chord mode. It goes up and down through the frequencies, but it only stops on notes that are in the current chord that's being played. So you hear as it goes through the sequence, the chord changes, and therefore the notes that are chosen change. Next mode is the scale mode, which uses only notes that are in the current scale, A minor. And then there are variations on them. Oh, octave, forgot about that one. And once you get the device, you can play with it and see what the different chord and scale modes are. For this one, I'm just going to leave it in the chord mode. And you might wonder how this works in music, because right now it just sounds like someone practicing their scales, which it is. First thing I'm going to do is go into here and change it to be very, very slow. I'm going to move it up to about 1.5 octaves of depth. That still sounds like scales. Let's make it even slower. All right. So this starts to set a mood. You can sort of see how that would work. Sounds a little bit like a pipe organ, but if we use one of the other tricks, go into the oscillator and change that oscillator to the sample that I recorded in earlier, now we've got something that could just sit in the back of a suspenseful scene in a horror movie. I'm actually going to go in really quick and change that octave. I'm going to transpose this up an octave, so it's not, actually up a couple octaves, so it's not down in the basement. Well, there's another mystery to solve. I don't know why the sound is cutting out in that sample like that, but I've only had the thing for a few days and I'm still learning it. And that's it for now. That's what the pitch LFO does and a little bit of how to control it.